Yeah, first scrub of the day. Make sure your hands are clean, nails are short, no jewelry, no rings, no nothing. So I'm gonna open this pack here. I'm gonna grab the toothpick and remove the debris under the nails, under the water. Now I'm gonna grab my sponge and throw away my trash. That's my trash. Alright, we're gonna start with the fingertips, whichever hand. We're gonna do one arm entirely. We're gonna start scrubbing the left. 10 passes here, and then we're gonna start with the pinky, all 4 sides, 10 times. Next finger, all 4 sides, making sure you get the web in between. Get the palm while you're transitioning to the thumb, get the web, and then going on the thumb, all 4 sides again. And then I'm going to use the back. I'm going to work on the back. All right, the next section is 2 inches above the wrist, 4 sides again for planes. 10 scrubs is 1 up and down, that's 1. And then I'm going to go the next section from 2 inches below, above the wrist to 2 inches below the elbow. 4 sides too. And then my last section will be 2 inches above the elbow. I need to watch that my hand is not contaminating, so I try to keep it close. All right, one arm is done, and I'm going to switch to the other side and do it all over. Fingertips, pinky. Palm 10 times. Get the web of the thumb as you move to the thumb. Get back. Next section, 2 inches above the wrist. And 2 inches below the elbow. And then 2 inches above the elbow. All right, so I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and drop my sponge. I do not lean over, I just drop it. Good. All right, so on the rinsing, we're going to use a motion from the fingertip to the elbow, and that's I cannot go back and forth. I need to start over again if needed. So I can stay here all the time that I need. The other side. Fingertips. Making sure I'm not contaminating on the other side. So this is the first scrub of the day. We can also use this scrub, surgical scrub, for pacemakers, devices, and big cases. All right, so this is my first scrub. I don't need to surgical towel because I'm not going to the case yet. This is just the first day, the first scrub of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my surgical towel. If I would have had to go into a case, I grab my surgical towel from my table, use 1/2, and start fingertips and moving slowly towards my elbow, using that same half of the towel. Anyway, and then I'm gonna do the switch, other hand, So I cannot go back and forth doing this dry either. So the idea is that you remove the flora from one side from the clean to the dirty. Okay. So that if that was the case, I just drop it and then go on to gown and glove. All right, so now I'm gonna go see my case. So I have a leg hard, and it's a right femoral axis. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get my supplies. I see my stuff, circulator monitor, I see my patient, my time. So I'm gonna go ahead and open right now. So I'm gonna buy my supplies. I need a wire. I have my sheet. I think I have a sheet. I have a decanter, pressure bag. It's like hard, so I'm gonna open 3 saline bags. Contrast. These bags do not have a transducer right now. Manifold. So I'm buying one manifold right now. Set up my contrast, pressure bag, so I check my patient has allergies to ANSEF, so nothing I should worry about for my case. I have my catheter and my sheet, my J-wire. So I'm gonna buy a gown because I'm gonna set up and also need to set up my Mayo stand. So I need to buy for Mayo stand, gowns, gloves for the parties that are gonna be in my case. Almost here for your pressure bag. If you wanna go right above the green, that would be best to have like really good pressure. Maybe that right there is really good. Make sure you close the valve so your air doesn't escape. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Mayo stand. I'm gonna grab a gown for me. And I need gloves. I'm gonna put this and I'll be right back getting the gloves. Doctor is 7.5. I am 7. Oh, I'm 6.5, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready because it looks like my patient is coming. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready with my lead. On the lead, make sure it is actually tied. It cannot be loose like this. It has to be really, really tight. So make sure it closes on it's very close to your body. There's not a lot of wiggle room. Make sure you have a thyroid shield that is actually tight. I have my goggles, my mask, I'm gonna go ahead and get him ready because my patient is on the way, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time to come back and change again. All right. So I can go ahead and open my table, even though I could have done it before getting all dry. All dressed, but patient is coming at any time, so I want to be ready. All right, so I check my pack, no holes. So on this particular pack, I'm going to go to the side open. gonna drop all my stuff. Mayo stand cover. Open one side, envelope technique. Out. Sheet. Wire. I'm sure J wire. So I have my long catheter. On my decanter for my circulator. And I have my gloves, but I'm gonna go ahead and set up my sterile field here on my Mayo stand away from my sterile field. So pull the gown. I'm gonna pull away. The first open is away. Then I'm gonna grab the next tab away, holding it here on the side. Holding it both sides. And then the last tab is towards me. So I created the sterile field. And I open the gloves for me. The gloves for my doctor on the back table. Alright, so I'm gonna leave this fluid for my circulator when he or she comes. And I'm gonna go ahead and do Avogar. Okay? So we have the instructions for the Avogar. It's going to be the first pump on your palm, then opposite fingertips. When you are done with the fingertips, the remainder of the Avogar is going to the rest of the arm, all the way to 2 inches above the elbow. Then I'm gonna pump, second pump, opposite fingertips. And then with the remainder of the Avogar, I do the rest of the arm. And then I'm gonna do a third pump. And the third pump is just to my hands, my web, and just 2 inches above the wrist. That's how Avogar is used. Right, so now I'm coming to my gown. I'm gonna grab the gown 2 inches below the neckline. Smiley face. Open, shake a little bit. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and use the close technique. Okay, so we're gonna do a little pause so I can get tied. So we're gonna use the close technique for the globes. You can use any technique down in the field, but you need to learn the close technique for the test. So the close technique, you grab the gown, you have the fingers underneath the cap here, the gown. Grab the glove by the fold. We're gonna place thumbs down and with the opening towards the fingertip. That's how I should grab it. So I'm gonna open here, bring the fingers into the glove, and then cover it up. All right, so that's the close technique. A little scrunchy here. There you go. And then on the other side, I'm gonna do exactly the same. I'm gonna grab the glove by the fold, place the thumb down. I don't know if you can see it there. That's the thumb. Thumb's the thumb, kinda. So I'm gonna use the same technique. Fingers inside of this cup, and then with my other finger I go over it. All right, and I'm ready to go. So to get rid of this sterile trash, I'm gonna grab it on the center and then just drop it. All right, and I'm here. I'm going to give my circulator on the sterile side. He should be turning around me. That works. So I'm ready to go. It looks like my patient is on this on its way. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up my Mayo stand cover first. That way I can set up the doctor's in case he or she comes. So I unfold my Mayo stand. So I wanna see what the instructions are. It says place the hands under the cuff. So right now, I'm gonna grab the edges, secure the edges, and go under the cuff. I'm gonna open my index and my thumb, step on the bottom here to make sure this Mayo stand doesn't go anywhere. Bring my chest to the Mayo stand so it doesn't unfold. And then I carry through with my cover here. Ready to go here. I have my doctor's gown and gloves in case they come. So I'm gonna go gown first, gloves second, because that's the order in which I'm going to place the doctor. And he or she might need also a towel. So towel, gown, and gloves. Okay, so I'm going to set up table now. The point is that we move things only probably once instead of moving back and forth and back and forth. So I want to explore the things that are going out to my patient are patient drape. Gown, I already have a place for gowns over here. Towels, I want them away. All the stuff that I'm not gonna use or that is going away, I'm gonna try to put on this side. Handle your trash as you go. Fluids, in case they come early. I have a little trash container, Bupon. I like to save it to save my labels in case they get wet. Sharps container on the back. All my instruments in the back, and may or may not use. I have my ChloraPrep out to my patient, so I prep my ChloraPrep and my towel. So the towel is going to be folded out horizontally and then half. And then I like to fold it 1 and then 2 times. And then this is ready for my patient. So I put it together with my ChloraPrep, which is what I need to take out when my patient comes. And then from here, I'm just going to move this stuff around, give it a place, sharps in the sharps container, have a scalpel, access needle. I have all my syringes on the side. Medicine cup, I need some lidocaine, so I'm gonna put out. Lidocaine needle. So I'm gonna go ahead and label 1 syringe with lidocaine. Label. Grab my syringe and my needle and put it together, ready to go. Still have a little bit of trash here. I don't need a marker. See my wire. We have 2 wires and 2 manifold sections. This is nowhere. I'm gonna get rid of this one because it was in the pack from before. It's not complete, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for my circulator to give me some fluid so I can flush my items here. In the meantime, I'm going to work a little bit more, whatever I can do by myself. Get rid of some more trash. I can label all my syringes. Heparin saline is typically what we use unless my patient has, it's allergic to heparin. Other than that, I'm just going to label. I'm gonna grab stickers and label my fluids as well. Heparin saline.
Heparin saline expiration date of November 11th, 2025.
Thank you.
What bowl would you like that?
Half an hour. So 1 bag goes to the clean and 1 bowl goes to the bigger bowl. start filling my syringes and have them ready to go. All right, I like to flush with a 20cc syringe, everything that I'm gonna do. So I get my wire and flush with the port here. Ready to go. Looks like I have 2 wires. Okay. Okay, now the sheet. I'm going to remove the cap first. I'm going to separate the dilator from the actual sheet, and I can flush from here. Flush the dilator. And then I'm going to flush the sheet. I would recommend that you don't grab the sheet from here to flush. Grab it from here because it might bend. So I like to connect, open, flush, and then close to the patient. Leave it ready to go. And I can put everything together. Make sure you load from the bottom of the dilator so you don't bend it. And it's ready to go. And the last thing that I have to flush is my catheter. Oh, I have 2 more things. Catheter there, flush, there you go. And the last thing I have is my access sheet, my access needle actually, and ready to go. Okay. So it looks like my patient is here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on patient. While my circulator is getting my patient ready, I'm gonna go ahead and place a bouffon on the II, the image intensifier. So I grab the bouffon, grab it from the sides, put the hands outside and pull in, and then I place it out. Okay. So I grab, in one trip, I grab my privacy towel and my ChloraPrep.
Bring Sposy here really quick, okay?
I'm gonna cover your right back. So center your towel and drop it. All right, sir, I'm gonna clean your groin. It's going to be a little bit cold, okay? You ready? 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna start at the center. Out. Other side. If I don't have any barrier here, I can hold my gown so to make sure I am not contaminating my gown from the center. Out. And then I trash this away. I put him on the trash can. Trash can. All right, so my patient is ready to go. I grab my drape, remove the covers. I'm gonna go ahead and palpate. Find the pulse. Sir, I'm gonna go ahead and touch your groin so I can find your pulse, okay? Found the groin, found the pulse. In, out. This strip is folded reverse. All right, so I'm gonna grab my gown, my drape, place out. So make sure you grab and fold and cover your hands in case the patients take a look or you might not contaminate. All right, so now I'm gonna go the other way, grab the edge of the other, and walk on the sterile side now. Vertical issue. All right. So now I'm gonna come here and check that my placement of my drape is okay. And if it's not, communicate with your patient. Sir, I'm gonna go ahead and feel a stick that you have on your leg so I can remove it, okay? It's gonna hurt a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Removed and place. 1, 2, 3. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cover the side that I'm not going to use. And it'll serve me also to place my access. So I'm gonna go ahead and place the access since the doctor is not here yet. So for my access, I'm going to get lidocaine, access needle, wire, sheet, scalpel, dry gauze, and a empty and a full syringes. And that's gonna be the order. Lidocaine, access needle, wire, sheet, scalpel in case we need to do a nick. Just keep in mind, this is an 8 French, as the one I had, but typically it's going to be a 5 or 6. And then I have the scalpel in case I need to do the nick, and then I have a full syringe and an empty syringe to perform the flush, and give your doctor a little gauze when he or she does the lidocaine. All right, so now I can go ahead and do my manifold. That I'm going to do here, I'm going to fill my syringe just already and check my connections. That will be my first step. This particular manifold has several connections here at the bottom, so it has 1, 2, 3. I need to make sure it's tight. And then I follow my lines to make sure it's tight, and tight. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and connect my line also, my extension. That will be another connection. All right. So that's the step number 1, check your connections. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the tubing to my circulator. So I remove contrast, and so what I can do here is I can grab both and give it a little stretch. If it doesn't get tangled. Give it a little stretch because they keep memory a little bit, so that will help you throughout the case. A little bit more room. All right. So now, as I pass to my circulator, I need to tell he or she that which line is which. So this is your contrast. This close. Contrast. Make sure it's a little nice loop. Pass it out. Thank you. Saline. Bring a towel so I don't make a mess. I have colored my contrast so we can see clearly. The way I like to do is I just open the contrast and let the bubbles come down. All right, is it open? All right, so it's going. So I'm just gonna follow my contrast all the way till the top, till it comes. And I stop it right there, so that way I waste as little as possible. The next one is my heparinized saline, already on pressure. So I'm gonna have my syringe on my right side, and this is the seat that we were talking about, grabbing your manifold and your knob here to make sure you do one hand. So I'm gonna let it run until I see some fluid. And I don't see any fluid. Is it open? There you go. So then it's water to water here. All right, so now I'm gonna stand my system here and try to get rid of some of the bubbles. Press down as you go. I see some of the bubbles coming out. So it's 2 or 3 rounds here until you see bubbles are out. And then I'm gonna place my manifold down. Can we see there? Down, so then I'm going to go to the U. As I do the U, then I'm going to work on my transducer. So this is what I mean with the U. I'm gonna open the heparin to my syringe and open the transducer to the patient here and make this U. My fluid is gonna start coming out here. My first port, bubbles on the bottom, bubbles on the tubing, and bubbles on the first connection. Couple of things here, make sure no bubbles, and then I move on to the next port. Next connection, transducer, and my next connection. So you can go a couple of times, make sure, see if you can find any bubbles. Try to keep your system up because the bubbles go up. So click, 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 or smack, right, whacker. And then when you're not seeing any more bubbles, then you're ready to go. You can pass out the transducer over to your circulator. And then the last thing that I have to flush here will be my line to the patient. I can just open my saline, my pressurized saline. Make sure there's nothing here. And I'm ready to go. So your transducer here should be close. And if we were to connect to the patient, then we open pressure to the transducer. But right now, to prep, clear the manifold, that's where we should be going. And that's it.